Barcelona versus Real Madrid, known as El Clasico, is the greatest rivalry in the world of football. There may be no Messi versus Ronaldo, no Mourinho versus Guardiola, but it's the politics behind this derby that make it so special for the fans, and has made this a classic rivalry for decades. The identity of the two giants and what they stand for is inevitably linked to Spain's history and geography. The two clubs represent two polar opposites. Barcelona, a blue-collar club representing regional identity, the people of Catalonia and their centuries-long struggle for independence. Real Madrid, on the other hand, is seen as the club of the elite, the team of the monarchists as understood by the royal crest on its logo. A symbol of nationalism, referring Castilian and Madrilen dominance over the entirety of Spain. Most of these political differences stem from Spain's civil war from 1936 to 1939. General Franco's fascists, these guys, defeated these guys who were known as the Republicans, and hundreds of thousands of soldiers and civilians were killed. The general, known for his brutality, carpet-bombed various regions of Spain, including Barcelona. He had notoriously received help from Hitler's Nazi air force during his campaign. And after the war, Franco's dictatorial reign over the country began and ended only after his death in 1975. Franco sought to homogenize the Spanish state and centralize its power, and so he banned the Catalan, Basque and Galician languages. The Blaugrana were even made to remove the Catalan flag from their club crest. Real Madrid, on the other hand, represented Spanish tradition, language and culture. As such, Los Blancos represented the centralization that General Franco craved. His fellow fascist compadre Mussolini cozied up to and used Italian football triumphs. And so, Los Blancos were an ideal PR tool for Franco to present Spain as a success story to the rest of Europe and the world. Franco's influence was also felt on the pitch. In 1943, having won 3-0 in a cup leg at home, Barcelona were going to Madrid with a simple mission in hand. But a visit by Franco's security services to Barcelona's dressing room ended up with Barcelona losing the tie 11-1, with the Barcelona players fearing for their lives and the lives of their families. This match is considered perhaps the most notorious incident in the history of El Clasico. Historian Juan Barão said that, quote, "In that tie, Barcelona were overcome by military pressure and people close to the phalange," further proving that Real Madrid was indeed the club the dictator preferred. Relevant and crazy fact, in the 1930s, Barcelona had a president by the name of Josep Sunyol, known for his left-wing politics. He was assassinated in 1935 by Franco's troops. Historically speaking, another major drama was that one of Real Madrid's biggest legends, Alfredo Di Stefano. The Argentinian star had actually signed for Barcelona first. However, the transfer was deemed invalid by the Spanish Football Federation and Real bought him straight after. A signing that will lead to domestic and continental success. Wins that are still talked about today. Although Los Blancos deny it, many still believe that the Francoist regime intervened in the deal to ensure Real's success. Today, Spain is not in civil war or under dictatorship, but still, the politics are there. Just ask Luis Figo when he changed allegiances. Now, the Catalan referendum for independence and the ensuing protests and violence on the streets of Barcelona is enough to show that such tensions still exist and sometimes run high. In the Camp Nou, the Catalan separate Estelada flags are visible, as well as motifs and iconography symbolizing independence from Spain. At every home game, at 17 minutes and 14 seconds, fans traditionally chant, Why 1714? Well, 1714 was the year in which Catalonia was stripped of its power to self-rule by the Spanish government. And so it is clear that Barcelona still today is a safe haven for Catalans, a place to express their identity freely and to thrive in the success of their team away from Madrid's repressive policy. Still though, Barcelona FC keeps a neutral stance on independence. If the club were not to take this position, it could lose its place in La Liga, which would be a major financial hit, and ultimately lead to the Blaugrana losing their place among Europe's elite. Real Madrid is not free of its past either. The monarchy vocally supports them, and the team's own hooligans, the Ultrasur, are known for the neo-fascist imagery they display in games. Even with the commercialization of sport and the fact that both teams have achieved immense global success, the El Clasico will always be affected by the politics that shaped it. Please guys, leave a comment below about what you think is going to happen in the Clasico, who's going to win, and any stories that you want to share. See you next week.